Hey people, um, this is Jesus THK, the celebrity gangster for Jesus Free Talk Show. I was reading this book this morning, and it said that happiness requires struggle. Which is factually true, but then depend on how you see it from your perspective and your vibration. Yeah, perceptions here and there, but then after brainstorming, I stumbled into another thing. That sometimes the only thing that makes you happy and the only thing that makes you rich, because wealth is a mind state, and to me, happiness is still a mind state. But then the only thing that actually makes you, um, you know, rich is your information, the information that is at your disposal, and the people that you know, or your cycle of influence. You get, if you have people that actually understand the logic of give and take, you understand the dealings of life, like because life, I believe life is value added service. What you give is what you get. You give and take. I feel like most people are not rich because, and this include, I mean, people in general. This include the ones who's chasing money on hand. They are not rich because they are always meeting people who just want to play games of collecting without giving. They only withdraw without depositing. You know what I mean? And honestly, that's one of the reasons why most people are broke, because so many people waiting for streets, waiting for the hood, waiting for villages and even cities, because the chunk part of people around the world not rich. And this is the reason, because sometimes not like they don't do enough, or they don't go out, or they don't meet people, they don't associate, or they don't connect. I feel like they meet the wrong people, the wrong set of people, and are the wrong set of many parts. There are so many people that just want to take without depositing. Yeah, everyone around you want to play a game of just taking without depositing. And if you get friends and guys, let's say, they don't understand how to actually give, then you take for big trouble. Like everybody almost get. I mean, I get so many of them. Like, say, they don't know how to give. They only know how to take. This includes whether they want borrow to give back later. No, they not just wake up one day, or they don't actually know how to give. To support the cause. To support the idea of, okay, how if they get this now? They know that we want to achieve a goal. Now we need more money to achieve that goal. You get, as a logical minded person that really want to make you guys achieve that goal, you should actually know that the most important thing right now is to find a way to get and to invest into that project, not to take from the project and start using the project to help yourself. When you never help the project. If I might use that word, I think that's the right word, because the only way to achieve your goal, maybe you build a company, an empire, or a business, is to actually slave yourself for the business. That is why they said in this very book that happiness requires struggle. So you struggle to go to work, in a living, do jobs, do things here and there, pick a job up, actually whatever job you're doing. Every day you wake up early, you come back late, you try to beat traffic and everything. That is struggle. That means you actually going after money. You doing everything you can to make money, to help your life, which is to be happy. Would they pay more than you? Would they pay you weekly or hourly? You're like, you're gonna feel the sense of belonging, of happiness. Okay, I've been working. This is my happiness. Which, in my other words, like the construct of the mind. Some put it to the deconstruct that anyways. But then the essence of what I'm trying to say is that in all this, if you look at in all this, the only way for your business or your empire or your dream or your goals to be to become reality, to achieve them, it's to actually enslave yourself to get this thing done, because you need to actually save up. You need money. You need a lot of money. You need a lot of investment. A lot of chunk load. Good morning, bro. Now, good morning, sis. You need a lot of chunk load to be able to achieve these things. And if you don't do that, you can't really achieve these things. And you need to start doing away with people who do not see, or who does not see the goal, the end goal, as achieving the product or achieving the business or achieving the dream, but using the struggle of the dream to live their life. Like me, for instance, if I want to get a house, focus on buying a car, marriage and everything, you know really hard to do. People with there, I mean, no. If I don't go abroad, if I don't do, there are so many things that I say I know. Like, I'm not just saying that. People with there, I mean, if you confirm this with their whole heart. But then I feel like I'm trying to build an empire for not even me, for people around me and family. I've been doing this for years. Any money that comes into my hand, it goes into the business, into the idea, into the dream, into the vision. I barely even see my teeth now. Don't broke since. Not like I don't feel good one. And I even recently, it don't broke for a very long time. This recent lapse gave me a fit one this new week. You get, I barely see my hair. I used my hair last week. I barely do a lot of things for myself. Not because I can't actually do these things, but because I actually want to make sure that every money that comes in to my vibration goes into the business and into the dream, into the empire I'm building for us. But most people come around you not to help you, but to drain you or destroy the dream or fight the dream systematically. Not like they don't love you or they don't like you or they don't respect you, but they not really understand the vision. So it makes them to always want to, or they not really understand the vision, even believe the vision. They just, because if you believe in the vision and understand the vision, you know, go do some certain things or ask some questions or ask certain ways, So they become another problem along the road to the vision or the road to the destination greatness. You get. Anyways, just me, my wide goals get starts, and I just needed to touch on that, and that is why I smell your stock this morning. And I actually don't talk for 7 minutes. Anyways, peace and love, and be good.